I mean, it's a cliche, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has a 911 as a dream.
Correct.
That's one day I'll do that. And well, now I've got this one, I'm thinking maybe GT3 next. Well,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
But-
yes, yes. Dr. Alwi,
Yep.
welcome to our What's Your Story series, where we're getting our friends to share about their love for cars
Yes.
and what inspires them.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here with us
Thanks.
today.
Yeah. My name is Alwi Yunus. I'm a cardiac surgeon with Institut Jantung Negara, the National Heart Institute here at Kuala Lumpur. And I have been there for 28 years now. 28
Wow,
years.
28.
years. Yeah,
Okay,
28.
all right.
I have to do the math. But, well, from 1996.
long.
Yeah, as you can tell, I joined when I immediately got out of school. No,
Okay,
I'm
yes.
just kidding. But that was my first real job.
Okay.
And I've been there for 28 years. I didn't
Okay,
move.
okay.
And at the start of training for being a cardiac surgeon, it doesn't give you much time. So it's work, sleep, wake up, go back to work some more. But as you grow up in your career, you find out as a junior consultant, you suddenly have time. You have other people to look after the patients for you. And you have a bit more additional cash that you want to spend. The first thing I did was get an Audi TT, which of course Darren detailed.
Yes.
That was, what, 15, 13?
Yes, at least.
15 years ago.
Yes.
And I drove that car for 13 years. And people might say it's a hairdresser's car, but God, did I love that car. And when I eventually tried to sell it, because it would cost too much to
Yeah.
maintain,
Yeah.
my son wanted it. So
Okay.
he took it over, which is not the smartest thing because you still have to maintain it, but only you can't drive it anymore. But I missed having that car. So I drove a A5 for the last 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
but I finally felt that I could do it. I bought a 911 and Darren took me to get through with Nick, who is an excellent source of these things. So I got the dream car. I mean, my neighbor when I was in school had a 911. I think it was the second generation.
Okay, okay.
It had this huge rear spoiler.
Okay.
And
That would be
well,
the 964 or the 993 with the whale tail, right?
yes, exactly. And gosh, that guy sounded something else. I mean, if you are Catholic, they'll tell you, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, but it's okay to covet thy neighbor's car. And that was, I mean, it's a cliche, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has a 911 as a dream.
Correct.
That's one day I'll do that. And well, now I've got this one, I'm thinking maybe GT3 next one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
But-
yes. We'll find
but
you
No,
one.
no, 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 no. I'll be a good boy. I'll stick with this. And that went on. The other thing we share is bikes.
Yes.
Bicycles.
Yes, yeah.
Bicycles are the real joy. And as Darren has found out, it rapidly takes over your entire life.
does.
You get through a group that kicks your butt every weekend, and you tell
they're
yourself,
insane.
no, next week I'm not going to let that guy do that to me again. I'm going to train, and I'm going to make them eat it, chew the handlebar tape instead of me. It's worked out quite well, but now time doesn't really allow me that much that I would like, but I intend to go back to it. Bike riding takes a lot of time.
It does. It does.
It's a commitment.
I tell
Bike.
people that bikes, in a sense, is it's almost like an equalizer, right? You can buy the best bikes,
Yeah.
but you need to put in the miles.
That's right. That's right. I get what you mean by
Yeah,
equalizer. Unlike cars,
Yes, you
in
can't buy
which the fatter your wallet, the
Yes.
better the car.
Yes.
Bikes, no. It's the more hours you put on the bike, the better you are. So it doesn't matter if you have the Tour de France ready bike. When we were riding up the Alpe d'Huez, we'll get this guy pushing 60 in a ancient steel bike, and he'll slam past you, and as he slams past you, he'll look you up and down, look at your bike and say, you poser, and then crash off, and you go, shit. I'm fortunate to have a wife that lets me indulge all of these things. She doesn't
wonderful.
hassle me about that, so it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a good life. There's a lot to be thankful for. My investment banker told me I should invest in high value assets that are mobile, and so I bought the car, and the bike. So that's my plan in life. I would not say I'm a petrol head. I
Okay.
would not. As I said earlier, my
Your
TT I
neighbour?
drove for 13 years.
yes.
I mean, that's super un-petrol head, right?
Well, it is in
Is
a
it?
sense that a lot of us keep our cars.
Really?
I've got cars that I've had from day one till now. I've kept it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like machines that are well engineered.
Okay.
I like things that are pretty. I like things that work the way they're supposed to work.
Okay.
And I insist that on machines and stuff that I buy. So
okay.
I suppose cars are an extension of that. When it comes to bikes, it's not so bad.
Yes.
Because you can indulge
Yes.
on that, and
Yes, you can.
it's not that big a money pit. But a car, I think that's a completely different thing.
It's different,
So
yeah.
I approach this with some fear. Thankfully, my kids are all grown. My youngest is in second year in university in Malaya. He's in medical school, but that's 18,000 for the whole 5 years. I mean, I know guys who are paying more per semester in
correct.
secondary school.
Yes,
so
you're right.
I'm perfectly cool with that. But at the same time, I'm a bit wary as to how much this thing is going to cost me in the end. So I approach this with some trepidation. When it came to bikes,
Yeah.
when you first bought
Yeah.
your first bike,
Yes, yeah.
you thought, oh, that much?
Yeah.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah.
But 2 years down the
Yeah,
line,
correct.
is that much? That's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. Where's my card? Okay, I'll type my credit card number in. That's quite cheap. So your impression of what costs a lot of money
Changes,
very
right?
quickly.
Changes very
It's uncanny. After a while, it's anything goes. But so I'll tread cautiously with this.
I think it's a good journey that you have. The car that you've picked up, that new Porsche, it's also a car that's built to last. I think you're gonna enjoy the miles with this one. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so.
I think at the
It's
end
been
of the
good.
day, we're also looking at, that hashtag
Oh.
YOLO,
But if I can get a word in at
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
I must say, brilliant job. I
Thank
mean,
you. Thank you.
we need to show pictures of what it looked like before. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It's a Carrera S. How can it not be beautiful? But it had gold rims.
Okay.
It
Yes,
had
it did.
a gold stripe running on down
Lot
the
of
fender.
decals everywhere.
It had Porsche on the side. I mean, what was the guy thinking? So when I saw it, I thought, nice,
Yeah.
but and 2,000 km on the clock.
Yes.
How bad could that be, right? But I felt that we have to redo this. So I spoke to Darren, and he did a beautiful job on the rims.
you.
Of
Thank
course,
you
a
for
beautiful job on the paintwork and
Yes.
the tinting as well.
Yes,
So
yeah.
thanks, though.
Thank you so much.
It looks like blood.
It does.
it
It
looks
does.
like
It
blood.
does.
I mean,
It
it's wet. It's red. It looks wet. It's blood. So I feel that at home. To me, if there was one thing I live by, is that you make your decision, then you stick to it, and you make it work.
Okay.
I think too many of us spend too long, am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Worrying before they make the decision. And after they make that decision, they blame everybody till Sunday about what they did if it didn't turn out right. Even if it turned out right, but it
Yes.
didn't turn out as well as they
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To me, don't do that.
Okay.
My philosophy would be make your decision
And stick
and then
with it.
own it. Make it work for you. And if it doesn't work, that was your decision. If you have to correct it, correct it.
Yeah.
If you have to live with it, live with it. Or if you can celebrate it, if you can find something there to celebrate, then celebrate that. But don't, for God's sakes, blame others for what essentially you did.
Yes.
That would be my advice.
What's your ideal car?
A 911 GT3,
What color would it be?
red.
What's your ideal weekend?
My ideal weekend would actually be on a bike, somewhere on a mountain. I would prefer to do the Stelvio again, and this time not stop. The last time I stopped 3 km from the start, 3 km from the peak. So this time I won't get in the car, I'll finish it to the end. That would be my ideal weekend.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert. Otherwise I won't have a red car, right?
What's your favorite hobby?
I guess it'll be bike riding. Other than that, work. I like the work.
And I think we've concluded our
Great.
interview for today.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
been a
very
lot of
much.
fun. Yeah.
It's been great having you here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Thanks. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
So what's your story?